What's up, Foundation? Man, what's up, YouTube? Man, it's me, your big partner, cartoon. 5-3. Man, I'm back again. Man, look here. I don't even know what to call this one. I don't even know what to call it. Man, I'm going to get straight to it. Yeah, I'm quite sure. Y'all see that big old pretty A in back of it? That is the official Avalon logo right there. Yeah, they going to put on a whole bunch of different, any A, in this day and age, any A is going to represent Avalon to the Avalons now. But that one right there, that one right there, that right there, man, that's the OG logo that Oakland A's had, man. That is our logo. And that A hat is worn. The only hats that are worn more in LA than the A hats are the NY hats and the maybe the Houston Astro hats, the NY hats, and the LA Dodger hats. Those three hats probably are worn, that are the only hats that are worn more than that A hat. Because everybody put an A hat on, man. You know. But anyway, this ain't what this is about. This is not what this is about. Man, this right here is a step back into history. Yeah, I'm taking y'all back into history, man. I'm taking y'all back into the mindset of my generation and the generations that came before me. A lot of y'all from different places, different states, y'all see LA now as a big joke because of the way that things are going in LA now. You know what I'm saying? Our gang culture has become watered down. Our street culture has become watered down. But in some ways, that's a good thing because the loss of life that LA was experienced during the 1980s has gone down considerably. And I like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to see nobody hurt. You know what I'm saying? Not no more. You know, back in my younger days, yeah. But now, no. But anyway, I'm just gonna take you back in time though. Because based on what a lot of people have been asking me from a lot of my comments and stuff, I have to let y'all know what the difference is. Now I'm gonna take you back in time to a time when I'm gonna say from the age of 17 and under. The mindset, man, look, the mindset of my generation, probably the generation right behind mine, and the ones that were right before me. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that's in that age group of, I'm going to say 57 to 62 or 63, up in that group of guys, man, were the epitome of what the LA gang culture was made off of. Now, the homies that came before us, they did their thing. But that age group, that group, let me see, 56, I'm gonna say 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 5, 6. That 8 year, just coincidence. That 8 year time span right there, people that was born in that age group, man, that was the rock solid bottom of what the LA gang culture was based off of. Those were the guys right there that made the books, the movies, the songs, all that made LA relevant. Those were the guys that put the work in to have those books made, to have those songs made about us, to have those movies made about us, to have everybody around the whole United States want to flip their fingers a certain type way, want to dance their feet a certain type way, wanting to be a part of what was going on in Los Angeles, man. Now, of course, y'all know when I say Los Angeles, I'm speaking on Compton, Watts, the whole Southern California, man. I just shorten it out and say LA, you know, from the old school, man. But I'm gonna give you the mindset, man, on us. In this day and age, you see youngsters running around in their teens and early 20s, and they have never stepped foot in juvenile hall, not one time. And I'm not saying that as a down. That's a good thing. That means that the rate that they were locking us up is going down. It's going down. So that's a good thing. But now I'm just speaking on the mentality of the Angelinos back then. I'm finna take you on a trip through the Twilight Zone, y'all. You don't even need a spaceship, just a microphone. So y'all hold on tight with all your might. Cause I'm finna be rapping like this for the rest of the night. You know? But anyway, listen, y'all. Man, I'm gonna take you back to when we at one time couldn't wait to get to juvenile hall, couldn't wait to get to camp, couldn't wait to get to Y, because of what we seen in the streets of Los Angeles, because of what we were indoctrinated with, because of the mentality of the people who came before us, what it was about. Like I say, in this day and age, your OG homies go to work and take care of their families. Even though they might come spend a little time in the park, but they go to work every day and they do something different, which is a good thing. I commend the G homies that are running around today setting good examples of going to work, take care of your kids, and not being in the streets as much. But the OGs of my day, the OGs of my era, wasn't no working. Didn't even think about work. They was in that park all day. They was in the apartments, riding around, burning whole tanks of gas all day, never leaving the set, just up and down the streets, kicking it, doing a thing. That's how it was back then. That's how it was back then. It's not like that today, but that's how it was back then. I'm delving into this to show you, man, how serious it was to us back then, man. That stepping up into that juvenile hall. Let's go to juvenile hall. In my day and age, the average youngster, by the time he was 13 or 14, he had been to juvenile hall at least twice. At least twice. Some once, but at least twice. Some a whole lot more. And it was like old home week. It was an experience that you weren't even prepared for. You just had to experience it. Yeah, of course, you had other homies that might have, caught a case and went did 2 weeks in juvenile hall, came back. And of course, all of us that stand around that had never been to juvenile hall, we want to know, dang, cub, man, what's up, man? What was it like? And here come the war stories. Of course, it was going to be a lot of embellishment being put on these war stories, but we want to hear them anyway. We want to hear them, man, because we knew eventually we were on our way to that same juvenile hall. And we wanted to be prepared. We wanted to know what was coming before we got there. Anyway, man, so, man, homies, here it is. Everybody, we 13, 14, 15, 16. You know what I'm saying? Standing around, homies talk about all the fights he had, all the dudes from different sets he seen, the whole hookup. As a young man growing up in LA back then, but at 13 and 14, you don't even scratch the paint of knowing what the LA lifestyle is all the way 100% about, because you don't even know all the gangs that are in LA. You don't even know all the black gangs that are in LA, let alone knowing all the Hispanic gangs that were in LA. You know what I'm saying? That first day in juvenile hall, you coming in, you hard, you looking crazy, you know what I'm saying? You running the reels back in your mind of everything your other homies that had been to juvenile hall already had got out and told you what to expect, what you gonna see, what kind of different sets that are in there. Because now he done got out, he's told you about sets that you have never heard of. When you young like that, you don't leave your set, man. You don't know what's all in Compton, Watts, Gardena, Inglewood. You don't even know what's all on the west side of South Central. You don't even know about what's in West LA. You don't know none of that. All you know is your set and the immediate surroundings, because your immediate surroundings was going to hold your enemies. So you was going to know who your enemies were. You were going to know who your immediate allies were that was in the vicinity. Other than that, you might have heard of one or two different sets over here, over there, over here, over there, but not even understanding the magnitude and the scope of all the different gangs that were in LA. So now here it is. When you first get popped and you in juvenile hall, dudes gonna hit you up. During my time, the main thing was, cuz, where you from, homie? Where you from? You know what I'm saying? What set you from, homie? And boom, you would say it, and you gotta look. The same way dudes way over here you had never heard about, them same dudes way over there had never heard about you. So now it came down to a pride thing because a lot of times you had to put up with the, man, where y'all at? Where that's at? You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times you could kind of look at that as disrespect. Like, oh, what you trying to say? We ain't on the scoreboard. We ain't on the map. Da 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 da. You know, sometimes you got mad about it. Sometimes you didn't. Because a lot of times, whoever's asking you that, they're from a set that you ain't never heard of neither. Period. Point blank. You know what I'm saying? So now y'all running across each other, y'all boom. And a lot of times, you build alliances and friendships and partnerships. I'm gonna say partnerships with dudes from all over the Southern California area. You know what I'm saying? Just because they from a place that you never heard of, that don't mean they ain't no rider. You know what I'm saying? So then you going through that, and you also going through, you looking at all these different Mexicans. Now, it's different now. The people up to, Angelinos up today, y'all not going to understand where I'm coming from because y'all grew up in a different world. LA is 1,000% different now than what it was when I was a young teenager. See, when I was a young teenager, I wasn't used to seeing Hispanics the way we see them now. Not just in my neighborhood, but in LA, period. You know, it was one or two here, one or two there, one or two here, one or two there. But South Central didn't have Mexicans like that. They was there, but not the way they are now. The schools that I went to in elementary school and junior high school, what y'all call middle school up to date, it might have been 1,000, 2,000 people in them schools. Maybe. I'm just throwing a number out. Let's just say if it was 1,000 kids at that school. Out of 1,000 kids, 990 of them, or 995 of them, were black. You might have had 5 Mexicans at the whole school. You know, they kept it themselves. We didn't really pay no attention to them because it was like, okay, them the Mexicans. Boom. Whereas nowadays, those numbers are total different, total drastic. So you got to look at the mindset of you youngsters that's watching this video. You got to first off put in your mind, I don't come from the mindset that y'all come from. Off the rip, the world y'all grew up in, I did not grow up in that world, period. My world was 100% different from what y'all grew up in. Y'all don't understand my world, and I'm doing my best to understand y'all worlds now, you know? So anyway, here it is. We go to juvenile hall, and you got a lot of Mexicans in there now because they getting popped and locked up in their respective areas, East LA and, Whittier and all the different places that they was coming in from. So now you looking at all these Mexicans and they walking around back at my time with their pants up to their neck, you know what I'm saying, with their shoulders thrown back, with the Vato Loco, Cholo Mi Vida Loca look. You know what I'm saying? And at first you like, man, what the heck? What they talking about? Boom. But you live and you learn because you're going to start getting into fights with them all the time. So anyway, here it is, man. You want to be hard. Everybody want to be hard, man, because the homies that got out and told you, you got to be hard. Got to be hard, man. Don't show no fear. Don't be no punk. Man, don't make the set look bad. You got to represent the hood, homie. You got to whoop, whoop, wop, wop, wham. So boom, you coming in already in your mind, your set is harder than any other set that's in here. Of course, you just talking to yourself on that. That's pride talking. So now, you going through the thing of you might be in here and it might be you and one of your homeboys, but you seeing dudes, y'all only 2 deep, but now you seeing dudes 5, 6, 7, 8 deep from all these different sets that you ain't heard of, or some you have heard of, but now they in here deep, 10, 11, 12, things like, dang, it's they deep, homie. It's a lot of them. So, you work with all that through your mind, coming up in my day and age. Like I say, it was a little different because the lines weren't blurred the way they blurred now. You knew who you got along with, you knew who you didn't get along with. There was no fraternizing between blue and red the way it is now. No. Enemies from the word go. You know what I'm saying? Looking to hear to say, be able to say the words. Oh, we got one. We was looking to say it, and they were looking not to have to say it. Not to hear it at least. So at that time, excuse me. Oh man, like I said, At that time, Crips outnumbered Bloods 10, 12, 11 to 1. You know what I'm saying? For every 10 Crips, there might have been one Blood. And they had to stay down, man. The Bloods that grew up during my era, the Bloods that grew up going in and out them jailhouses during my era, them was and the ones and they stayed down, them was some stomped down riders. Cause they was up against it back then, man. They was up against it. Crips did not war with each other the way they war with each other now. So they didn't have the luxury of not having to worry about this Crip or this Crip or this Crip getting at them because they finna get at each other. No, we wasn't tripping with each other. We was getting directly at them. You know what I'm saying? Now you had your one or two main original Crip beefs, but other than that, no. Crips as a whole kind of got along, especially in that jailhouses and especially when they seen dudes off the other side of the fence, the opposition. It was on. It was just on. It was hard. They hardly could get a fair fight. They was 9 times out of 10 they was gonna be packed out. That was the life that they had to live at that time. Now of course in this day and age things are 100% different, which is cool with me because now we have a better way of everybody getting along, whether they blue or red. But anyway, back to yesteryear. So here it is, you in there, you might, after 3, 4, 5, 6 days, a week or two, you done got comfortable. Now, the only thing on your mind is spreading the brand. I want to spread the brand. You want your set to be known. You want your set to be hard. You want dudes from all these other sets to know that wherever you are from, y'all got some riders because you finna show them that you are one of the riders. You gonna show them, yeah, I'm one of the riders. So yeah, we got some riders, y'all. And boom, you fighting, you getting into it. That was my mentality at that time. When I run across a set I didn't know, depending on what part of LA they was in, I would try to figure it out a little bit. When I would tell dudes where I was from and they would be like, oh man, y'all, you from where? Man, where y'all at? I went through my, phase of, being mad about that or feeling like I was being offended because they trying to say that, Outlaw wasn't on the map or whatever back then. But it was just a rite of passage for everybody that was going through that. And then, like I say, you had hundreds and hundreds of different black gangs that you never had ever heard of. Then on top of that, you have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of different Hispanic gangs in there that you never heard of. You tripping off what they going through, they tripping off what you going through. I remember coming in, nowadays it don't matter today because everybody got all type of little weird names. But back then, the essays would trip off our names like T-Bone and all them, names like that. I remember the essays used to be tripping off that because they had the names like Dreamer and Sleepy and all the Night Owl, and they had all that. We was kind of tripping on them. We kind of dug them though, because I remember we went through a phase back in the early '80s where we would have our regular gang names, but we had our little essay names too that we didn't heard in jail or something. Because I remember my name was Big Neto, 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 Big Neto. I remember the homie Big Monster from A-Tray Gangster. I remember his essay name at the time was Dreamer, and so boom, and then the essays start going through the net where they start calling themselves all the Trey Ball and Bone and all them old weird stuff, crazy stuff. It was funny back then though, man. But you learning, man, it was a learning experience. You learning about them, they learning about us, we learning about each other. So, it was cool. It was cool. But that was the thing, man. That was the thing. You doing your little push-ups. And, at the time, our little arms wasn't up but this big. In Central Juvenile Hall, you got the upstairs gym, everybody up there. Now, nowadays, they don't do that. But now, when I was coming through Juvenile Hall, that was all you wanted to do was get to the weights. You want to get to the weight pile. You want to get to the iron. You want to be big like your G homie you seen before you got locked up. You want to come out there. Now you got homies that done came up out of Juvenile Hall. They might have been in there 2 months. They done did them 5, 6 push-ups and they got a little bump on their chest and a little knot on their arm about that big. But when they get out, to you, it's like, ooh. All the little homegirls like, ooh, hair done got about that much longer. And you can't wait for your turn. You can't wait for your turn, man. It was the sickness of the time, y'all. I'm gonna call it the sickness of the time because at that time back then we couldn't see nothing wrong with it. It was a rite of passage. It was what we wanted to do. It was what we couldn't wait to do. You know, um, it's hard to explain if you've been in juvenile hall for a week and you the only one there from your set, and then you come into school one morning and another one of your homies that came in that night, he's in another unit, and as you walk into school, somebody call your name and you look, it's one of your homies throwing a set up, bang. Oh man, that's a feeling that can't be explained, man. Oh, what's up, cuz? Hey, homie, where you at? You know what I'm saying? And boom, your pride swell, your chest swell up, and you just happy. You just like, yeah. And that was the thing, man. You gotta look. A child of 13, 14, 15, his outlook on things are way completely different from a person that's in their late 20s, early 30s. You know what I'm saying? The outlook is just totally different. You a child, and you think as a child, and you doing childish things. And that's why the Bible tell you, when I was a child, I thought as a child, but when I became a man, I put childish things away. You know, and so that's what it was coming through that juvenile hall, man, coming through that thing, and it was like your family, man. When you seen one of your homies, in your mind, you just seen your brother, not from another, but from the same mother. You know, yeah, you so happy to see him. You miss your homies. You miss your homegirls. You think about the times sitting in the park late at night. And this is a child, man. This is a 12, 13, 14, 15-year old, but he's doing grown things. Even though he may be doing grown things in a wrong manner, and some of the grown things he did, he had not should have been doing it, but we were doing it, man. We were doing it, man. And the love that we had, man, the love that was there, it's not in this day and age. It's not there no more, homie. It's not. You can't trust the same person with the same tattoos as you. You know. Y'all might have growed up from the rooter to the tutor, but they not the same. It's the same as when I told people about you got partners that went to prison. You ain't seen them in 2 years. Now you done went to prison too, and you thinking that the relationship y'all had on the street, the camaraderie, is still the same, and it's not. His loyalties have changed. He's been rocking with these dudes that he's been locked down with, and he's looking at life total different. Now you coming in, you gung ho, because you glad to see your homie from the streets. A lot of times that ain't your homie no more, man. That's the same thing in LA. 20, 30, 40 years that went by. Now you running across people that you grew up with, but they have changed. Things are different. You know what I'm saying? They loyalty might not be the same as your loyalty no more. They love for you might not be the same as the love you have for them. The things that you about, you still looking at it as yesteryear. What we did back in 1901. They not on that no more. They have been indoctrinated with something else. They have let other stuff seep into their mental. They're different. So now in this day and age, in these 2024s and on up and so on and so forth, you can't trust spit no more. You got to watch everything. Not only do you have to watch dudes that's 4-5 blocks over that have always told you we don't like y'all. You don't just have to watch them no more. You have to watch the dude that's in your front yard, that's sitting in your living room. His tattoos say the same as yours. He walk like you walk, talk like you talk, and look like you look. But you can't trust him no more, man. Can't trust him no more. So many things have come into play, namely money. Like if you've been rocking with the foundation for a while, I told you, man, when I was a young kid, I didn't care nothing about money, man. All I wanted was a blue rag and a gun. Things done changed, man. You know, that was a child's way of thinking. Now here it is, 20, 30 years later, you grown and you want some money. And a part of you that you didn't even know existed then arose up in you. You don't care who you cut out. You don't care who you snake. You don't care who you leave stinking. You don't care who you set up, turn on, and betray. All you know at the end of the day, if you think you can do it and not be exposed, they doing it to each other, homie. All they want is the money. That's all it's about now. Big cars, big jewelry, big whatever. They want the money. The loyalty and love, that don't mean spit no more, man. But now that's one of the things that made it easy for me to say, you know what? That lifestyle ain't for me no more. That lifestyle right there is no longer for me. But now it don't stop me from reminiscing, y'all. It don't stop me from laying up, thinking back in my mind what it used to be, what my generation came from, what the people I grew up with was about, the loyalty that we had, the love that we had. Man, listen, it's a song, man, by one of my little homies, Giant. He got a song called Paying Homage, man. I'm gonna play that song for y'all, man, and just look at the video. In this video is all the homies from Fire Trey Avalon. He got one or two homies from 8-8 in there, but 98% of this a video, man, that the homie made. It's called Paying Homage. You're gonna hear him talk about me at the very beginning of the video, so listen real good of the very beginning of the song. I don't own the rights to it, you know what I'm saying? It's my homie GN. But y'all check this out, man. I'm finna end it. I just want y'all to, just check out the vibe and the feel. He paying homage to all the homies that he came up with, that he thugged with, that he, you know what I'm saying, went to school with, met different girls with, shot at people with, got shot at people with, just kicked it in the park. Showed that real Avalon loved each other, man, coming up. Man, y'all check this out. Check this out.
Man, I had to do it, man. I was so retirement paid low bottles, man. So nigga had to go. T-Bone, motivation was big. Niggas get money. Bottles be pop. I can take this to the buttons with this. Flies my hand, man, if I can get better. It's the young gun businessman that don't stop. Back in the day, cartoon was the cap of the cop. Lil A.U. was just 13, took a field with Big Tug, made a hell of a scene. Back then, Big Crit Crazy was a factor. Lil Donnie got as soon as you see ya. K.I. pistol whip, Lil Rap with the beat up. Murder Squad make y'all pay for what y'all did. Rest in peace to the real truck, Billy the Kid. Me and King Fly, we was split wigs that day. Both freaks, Lil Sneak, Popeye, and K-Day on a mission to catch one slipping. Down, next time, jumped out and hit him. Lil Man makes your brains listen good from the game. So the lady G.J. Cinnamon, Trey Bang. Trey girl, both twins, baby kids. Was only turned up when they blood no pills. Black men on big wheels, living in the hills. G-Rap went from racks to meals. I'm easy, A-V-L-O-E. Spades to my niggas, life in a pig. Lunatic, bull like Sambo dudes. Big Avalon, blue, bodacious dudes. Now be true with the Peblos, the AFCs. My real blood partner, DC like me. Got OG uncle that leads me right. Big Mo, Big Joe, Big Nut, Big Mike. That's why my game's so tight. Street life is sport. Magic pulled out big game in the Porsche. Air Force Ones on this him in the winners. Puppet in the bitches, stay landing in Venus. Childhood fans, Trayvon and Rick Frapp. When I think of G Jakes, make me go test cash. Ricky mouth fitted, he taught me how to do it. And ain't nobody walk like Lil Tick do it. I'm like, Papa G, ain't no stopping me. I'm getting done fucking hoes so constantly. Sugar 8-8, Gucci belt and stars, don't give a fuck in a big truck. G had big head, big butt tick. Rest in peace to Looney, why the fuck is bitch? Age to the baby trace, cool boots too. The jokes ain't no jokes, some zip damn fools. G-Mo, Cisco, all the hoes with the business. And my nigga Shadow got his own fucking business. One of the realest homies I got. I could be fucking Beyonce and call him a cop. Both fools call us to the 12 on this shit. A-boy, yo boy, big swing the kick. Bell dog, King, Boss Hog, Cereal, both kills, Devil and Dog. Big Lou Hella, and all of the fellas, cool crew, T-Blue, go blast shit together. Lady Drew, lady both down to do whatever. All the murdocs, hat rocks, get cheddar. My nigga G-Cell is is a well-known figure. Arsenio, criminal, and my niggas. Maniac, A-bone, little dice snake. When I think of y'all, make me chunk up the A. 45, Trey, 11, 688, catwalk, South Park, that's why my squabbles is straight. And I can't wait to see me come home. Here is, drive big ass bones, drive Nissan trucks like going both head. Being so hard, Mama Dorothy mad. Nutso and shooter, badass and do your A-no, tray no, stay strapped up with riggers. 6 square foot and working, man still sipping. 9 little man blue down, keep it pimping. Blue AG, big roach and BG, set strip, little cap, C-rack and Humpty. LP, trick face, sad face, belly. What my 5 trade me without 47, 49, 51, 52nd place did it. Big Tony, I dropped, HB still with it. And nobody did it, like Jimbo did it. He taught me how to pause on 3 and I did it. Smoke up for Jumba, I did for little kids. If you are able and you know what it is. You know how we clear trouble, Broadway, Main Street, Ray Street, big shit, A-Trey. My nigga smiley like the guns of war day. I got turned out them by both the G-Trade. That's in the 4 trades, was AG2. A little history for you niggas that's new. Niggas that grew up on pills.
That's that little that's a song, homie, by the homie GN, homie, from Fire Trey Avalon. Man, I love that song, man. The majority of the homies that he was speaking on in that they come from a generation behind me, but they come from the rider generation. A lot of homies come from my generation, and a few homies come from the generation right before me, though, man. But I always did love that song because it showed the unity and the love that, you know what I'm saying, we had for each other back then, man. You know what I'm saying? Things have changed. Don't none stay the same but change. But y'all want to catch that song, man, it's by a dude named G Ant. And the name of the song is called Paying Homage, man. Homie from Avalon. But y'all check this out. But in the meantime, between time, man, hey, man, y'all, it's just me reminiscing, y'all. It's just me reminiscing, man. Over time, over land that time forgot, you know? Like the movie say, over land that time done forgot, y'all. It is what it is. It was what it was. It's going to be what it's going to be. Or see, man. But it's me, man, your big partner, Cartoon 5-3, man. I represent the gangsters, y'all. Them Avalon gangsters. I'm out. Peace.